This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. You are entering Tara's terrestrial aura. Are you ready? I repeat, this is not a test. This is not a test. Hey, my loves, welcome to the energy of the fields. We are on a Mercury day in the answer of an upcoming Leo moon this evening or today as it transitions into Leo from Cancer. We are also still within a stellium of Aquarius as well, where Aquarius is still living within the fields of like many different aspects of our aspectuals natally. So with that being said, a little transmission, a little touch of life and light and on touching matters, because I've been just kind of like in this field of thinking, like, when did life become this conscious construct in which we have to fulfill a certain satire or a certain imagery of like how and what is acceptable? And is that something that we still do at this point? Is that really something that we partake in, to where we just like give ourselves to the social construct normalcy of all that is and just like embrace that as the way our life is and just call it that, and that's all that we have and that's all that we get to do? Because guess what? That was what life gave us. And that's what life said we had to do. That's what life said. Here is your hand. You have been dealt this hand. You can either utilize your hand and work with this hand, or you cannot do anything at all. And ultimately, my loves, is that not the price of life? Is that not the cost of monetary value within our systems of the construct in which we form through these conceptual beliefs that we transform into new objectives, new perspectives, and new directions? Whenever we realize, or whenever we see that when it really boils down to the matter of you and me, what we are doing here is transcending space-time momentums into the tides of a higher octave field to be able to exert our energy into the world in the way that we feel, in which our void of the entirety of all that is now filled with the energetic of the waves in which the ways we are portrayed. Each person is a frequency. Each person is an octave. And each thing that we do is a matter of manifested reality inside of ourselves that has then been projected outwards, or projected so inwardly that it's built its own momentum of fields, and in return it is exhuming this energy, and I don't know if that's the right word, so don't, like, I make mistakes sometimes, it's okay, but it just like puts out this extremity of this energy, and whether it be spoken or not, it is a connected conscious thought that is able to like transmit its energy and its frequency, and it just like, oh, it can touch force fields of energetic waves that never even thought about it up until that time in space. So whenever we embrace these aspects of ourselves, is that not us just utilizing and dealing with the hand that we've been dealt when it really ultimately comes down to it? But the thing is, within that, we find the burden of the societal norms, the things that we are here and meant to do, the things that society accepts, the way that life is meant to be. Oh, well, that's a part of the structure, so we can't change that type of aspects of life. Or the, well, that's just how it is because that's how it's always been type of life. Or the, I've just got to fit in with society because if I stand out, then it may bring attention to myself. And if I bring attention to myself, that's going to make things awkward. That's going to make things uncomfortable. It's like, okay, make shit uncomfortable, make things a little awkward. What are we if we're not doing something that describes our energy of our field in some way, to have an imprint, to have an implant, to have an aspect of this planetary realm which we were born to be? We all have natal charts, do we not? Even if you don't know your birth time, even if you don't know the information of it, it still exists. You still exist. Even if your natal chart is like mine and everything kind of just falls into its galactic center, you still exist. You just speak from the center of the galactic, to where you're just admitting things that maybe people don't quite understand yet. Or maybe people won't ever understand. Maybe you were really so born out of a parallel reality that your time space, you just came here to observe and manifest some reality on this duality conceptual belief that we have consciously formed, not even realizing that really you consciously formed it. Because we all do in some way. We are writing our own universal script. We are the aspects of ourselves that create the matter of life and all that is. So with that being said, it's time we utilize our gifts. It's time that we take advantage of the advantages and the disadvantages that we have, and build the momentum of the time and the space of the creation of the innate that's built and born within them. Finding the aspect of our matter that matters, that creates the matter in which we are. And shine ourselves, because we are beautiful, shining bright stars, my loves. So Mercury brings on a ranting, apparently. And Mercury brings on me and my communication fields. I am a double Mercury personally, just to share my aspects with you on this day of Mercury. I am a double Mercury as far as I have 2 houses that are ran by Mercury in my natal chart. And I lack in my natal chart Pisces. And I lack in my natal chart Virgo. But I used to say, like, even just discovering this not even that long ago, because time and momentum moves at quantum speeds and we are always expanding ourselves. And I am on my midheaven, and I'm grateful and I'm thankful. And I just want to thank the universal source connection of all that is, for all that I am, all that I'm becoming, and all that I'm growing to be, and for this universal flow source God connection to all that is. I thank you. 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 I am grateful. I am honored to be the vessel that I am, and the portal in which I am, to be able to pull from the galactic center, to be able to emit my frequency in this now time space momentum in such clarity in which I can portray, in hopes that it will be received. But either way, the quantum energetic pull of its frequency is emitted as these seeds are planted and all of these portals are formed. So I am grateful for all that I am. And I thank you for this opportunity to be so close to my midheaven. I love you. Okay, so back to our consciousness stream that we were in. Yes, everything is so connected. Excuse me. But and also, like I was saying, it's not about feeling as if I'm missing anything from having these intercepted planets, by the way. So I want to go back to that, because I got a little, when it came to my midheaven, I get like that energy and I'm just like, it's like God, source just like, if that makes any sense to anyone. It's like a plug into my crown, and I'm just like, but yeah, so having a double Gemini lacking, and I'm also having a double Gemini in Sagittarius, and then having no house ruled by Virgo or Pisces, it was something recently that I had looked at, like, oh, I'm defeated, I'm depleted in that area of my life. I don't carry that, I don't have it, I don't aspect that. And then I realized I didn't for a long part of my life, I didn't. But me coming into awareness of that sense of myself that I felt like I lacked, I actually gained the perspective of understanding that it is actually something that I've enhanced and I've grown since I have been more deeper within myself over the past almost decade. So as we grow and we expand ourselves, we can actually, like, if we really truly want to heal ourselves, we truly can. And after years of programming, my loves, like a decade of programming myself to be able to just be a better version of myself, to have a better mindset, to be able to not buy into all of the feedback and all of the excess that this realm portrays life to be. I've never accepted that normal. I've never accepted it. And I think maybe I was never meant to. And I'm accepting maybe I was never meant to accept it. Maybe my karmic debt number being a 16, maybe that's because I was never meant to accept it. Like, I'm taking it. I'm like, no, I don't believe in your system. I won't fall for your ways. I won't drink the motherfucking Kool-Aid. I won't drink from your cup. I will pour my own water into my own source of my own flow from the source within myself that I have found within myself. This is like a really touchy topic for me because I've never submitted. Never will I ever submit. And may it be my strength or may it be my weakness, because it doesn't matter, because when it really comes down to it, I am the creator in which I want to be. And I won't settle for some fucked up mundane reality. I won't settle for some life that isn't what I have created for myself because of all of the hard work, dedication, and just being myself that I have done. I'm not saying that I'm some like person that's just like worked so hard my whole life on everything, like in a world of physicality work. But when it comes to mental work, when it comes to health work, when it comes to things to be able to progress myself to the highest octave of my frequency tune, have I done those things? Fuck yes, I have. Absolutely, I have. Undoubtedly, I have. I am so proud of the things that I have done and the ways that I have grown that it is ridiculous. And is it time that I start maybe accepting the things that I have done versus always feeling ridiculed and put down for what maybe some other may see as a lack in myself, even though I am so endlessly, so fluorescently full to where I have no correlation with another's destination of their preconceptual belief of me? Is that not a lesson for us all to just kind of like take in for ourselves? Letting go of all of that energy that was never ours, that never served our highest good, and now holding the frequency of the octave in which we're putting out, because that's the energy in which our field is, of what it resonates at, as the resonance of our core entity emitting out into our frequency, the frequency of all that is. So that's just some food for thought on a Mercury day. Mercury brings out a lot of communication in me. It brings out a lot of energetic flow because I am actually a lot of Mercury within my natal aspects. And it's a very touching day for me. So I'm grateful to have this space to be able to share. I'm grateful to have this space to be able to co-create. And I'm grateful for you being here. And if you are grateful for me, or if you enjoy my content, or if you resonate with my core frequency in which a way that matters to you, and you want to join and be a part of this aspect too, by co-creating through the stimulations of our minds and the seeds that we can plant in the great divine, intertwined and transform and newly transcribe. If you feel that way, please like, share, and do whatever you like. Comment, share my content. Let's spread the seeds. Let's spread our seeds. Spread your seed by being you. And whether you take this message and you construe it in the way that you need to manipulate it into the matter of your core of your frequency, and you emit it in some other resonancy of way or frequency core matter that matters to you, I respect you for that, because I feel like we are meant to deliver, and our deliverance isn't meant for all, but the deliverance in which it falls upon is able to expand outwards and create its own innate of its form within that same molding of a newer stimulation of the creation within or with them. But yes, oh my goodness, woo, woo. I love you. I thank you for joining me this long and watching this. And yes, I just now realized that I should have put my hands in my holes. But yes, I love you. I hope you have a wonderful day. And again, if you enjoy my content, like, share, and subscribe. I thank you for being here. I wholeheartedly send you so much love and so much harmony and so much peace. I'm so glad I was able to stop to end this, to be able to actually like come back and ground and center myself, because I was like really connected in, and I was just like kind of ranting for a minute there. But I love you all so much. Have a beautiful momentum of now. A Mercury transmission on a Leo moon.